Hello everyone! Tonight we're using this cubed steak from Aldi to make our tender beef stew. Here's what we'll be using for seasoning: adobo all-purpose. I'm using a packet of chicken bouillon. This is because I'm using water instead of chicken broth or beef broth. And a packet of sazon. I'm going to use these two to season the meat right now, and this will be added to the water in a bit. The sazon gives it a nice color and it's going to add delicious flavor as well. In your hot pan, you're going to put a little bit of oil. Today I'm using vegetable oil because that's what I have, but use whatever you have. And now let's add our beef. Now you're going to brown each piece of meat very well on both sides. In the meantime, I cut up some peppers and onions. You can use whatever color onion you have and peppers, but this is just what I have right now. And if I didn't mention this already, this is for my boyfriend's birthday dinner tonight at 12 a.m. He turns 28 years old, and this is his favorite meal to have. And now the next step is to grab your meat and put it back into the pot with the peppers and onions, along with the juices. And we're gonna add enough water to make sure that the meat is covered. A little bit more. And last but not least, your packet of chicken bouillon right into the water. Once this comes up to a boil, you're gonna lower the flame so that it's at a simmer. And this is gonna simmer for 2 hours. That's how your meat gets very soft and tender. And we are officially switching to voiceover because I don't want to ruin this surprise. I'm making my boyfriend a pineapple upside down birthday cake. I had a fresh pineapple, and these are all of my dry ingredients which I combined into one bowl to make things easier for me. I got my mixing bowl and I used one whole stick of softened butter, just left the butter out for like an hour or so. And I used this attachment. This is called creaming the butter. We want it to be fluffy. And to this butter, we're going to add our 1 cup of sugar. And I'm going to add 2 eggs. I cracked the eggs separately to make sure there's no shells in there. Now we're adding water, milk, and vanilla extract. This is our liquid. To the liquid, we're going to add all of our dry ingredients until we get a nice thick batter. Make sure you don't overmix it. I don't know exactly why, but I heard it's bad to overmix. Now we have everything we need. We have the batter, fresh pineapple slices, half a stick of butter, maraschino cherries, and some light brown sugar. On top of the melted butter, which I melted in the oven, I'm going to add all of my light brown sugar, and then I'm going to add my pineapple slices right on top of that. If you want pretty pineapple rings, it is easier to use the canned pineapple, and you get to use the juice from the pineapple instead of water, but this is just what I had. Fill in your empty spaces with the cherries, like so, and this is going to be the top of your cake. It ended up coming out very beautiful. I poured the batter right over this, and we pop it in the oven at 350 for 45 minutes. All right, guys, it has been an hour, or just about an hour. I think my timer is about to go off. And this is how we are looking. I haven't added any more water to the pot. As you can kind of see from the sides up here, the flavoring is sticking. I like to add that right back into my broth. And another thing I like to do, since you see that these meats are kind of being exposed now, I'll swap the bottom ones for the top and the top ones for the bottom. It's okay if they're not like 100% covered up. And as of now, I don't have to add any more water to this, but I'll check back in 30 minutes. If it gets too low, I'll make sure to add water so that nothing in the pot is burning. And now it's time for the gifts. Let's do birthday on a budget. I grabbed cardboard, toothpicks. I cut the cardboard into a heart shape, and I grabbed this paper bag. You see the toothpicks? I stabbed half of them in there, covered it with the paper bag so that we have this heart. And I made these fake flower petals using toilet paper. I put some blush on top of it to add a bit of color, make it look like the flowers were blushing. The first brush I used didn't work. The second one worked perfectly. And when my boyfriend saw it, he was like, whoa, where did you get these flowers from? And next I did 28 reasons why I love you. He turns 28, and I wrote unique reasons why I love this me, and I love him so much. I also wrote him a birthday card to let him know how loved he is. And in the corner, you see this little blue bow. I actually made it with some fabric that I had left over found in our basement. I also found this blue like ribbon paper material that I put at the bottom of the jar for him, and this is how everything came out. I think it came out so cute. And when I had him open his eyes at 12 a.m. to see everything, he was very happy, and he asked me when did I have the time to do this because we are almost always together. but I just took a few hours one day when he was at work and I put everything together for him. I did not have to go to the store at all because thankfully I had all of these things at home. And if you don't have these specific items, like let's say you did not have a jar, if I didn't have a jar, what I would have done was used either cardboard or the paper bag that I used, and I would have created some sort of cute box for him. If you were looking for ideas like I was, I checked on Pinterest and YouTube, and that's how I found some of these ideas, and I just adapted them to what I have at home. At 12 a.m., he opened one of the 28 things I love about you, and this is the one that he opened. I'll share it with you now. I admire how you are kind even when no one is watching. A truer statement could not be said about him. He is the kindest man I know. I got a little bit of this cotton pad that I found, sprayed it with perfume, and I put it at the very top just to make it feel a little bit special. And here's how the cake looked when I took it out of the oven. It was super hot and scary, but I flipped it over and it released very nicely from the pan. It looked absolutely beautiful. We had been wanting to try this cake for such a long time, so I'm happy I was able to make it for him, and he loved it. We're not cake people, but we did like it so much. I hope this video gave you some inspiration if you are looking to show somebody some love while on a budget. What you're doing matters, and the money that's in your bank account does not define your worth. Good luck, everybody, if you do try this out. I know you're going to do amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in the next one.